Hello, I am Adolfo Rodriguez, and this video is about the Cold War. So, the Cold War actually started after the World War II in 1945. This war was between the US, nowadays known as Armenia, Letonia, Lithuania, Russia, and Ukraine, and many other countries. The other country involved was the United States of America. And the historian says that the war ended with the missile crisis in Cuba in November 1989, but other historians says that it ends in 1991. What the term Cold War refers to, for me, refers to the conflict of the superpowers during 1945 and 1989. That were the United States and the URSS. The term Cold War refers to a war that did not get to the point like hot enough to make a bloody war. It was just like a race of who was better in weapons, government, scientific advances, among other things. Capitalism is where everyone works for their own goods, and everyone is responsible of paying their own services. There are more private corporations and taxes are lower than other systems. Historian says that capitalism does not have a specific origin because we trade things and have private property since thousands of years ago. But the modern capitalism was recognized after the ideas of Adam Smith in the 18th century. The socialism is where everyone works for everyone's wealth, and the government is responsible of giving the money even to all the population. So there are many government programs where they give help to the population, and in the socialism system, people pay more taxes for the services than in capitalism. The origin of this type of government emerged in 1848 with Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, and they used to say that the condition for the free development of each is a free development for all. So now, my opinion about the Cold War is that I think it was good because it can help like the two potencies to confront each other, but at the same time to not leading to a war, and the confrontation make like a competition in a race, and that help like to make scientific advances and economic advances, and a lot of technologies have developed in that time. And for me, I think it was good because they did not have a war. Now the interview will have the question: what countries were the world leaders during this period? Where did the Cold War take place? What opinion did the general public have of Cold War? And what type of weapons did the two world powers have at their disposal?
The United States and England, and the bad ones were the Russia, Ukraine, and I don't remember all of them. At first, the United States and Russia, they were allies, but they had a fight because I don't know, I can't remember the name of the leader, the Russia leader, is okay, that guy. They fight with the United States for the control of Germany, okay, and they divide Germany into the east and the west, and they fight for the scientists actually. I think they started to fight for Germany. They divide Germany, and then they fought for South Korea and North Korea. At the end of the second, I don't know how to say it, but the second time when they fought was they divide Afghanistan, okay, and it took many places, different places over the years. In my opinion, it was fear, because the war, it's at the gates. I don't know. Okay, and the atmosphere was of fear. They had a nuclear weapons. Actually, the nuclear bomb was a very very powerful instrument to how do you say contrarrestar? I don't know. Okay. Bueno, eso.
The world leaders during the Cold War, the countries, right? Were Russia and the U.S. Well, because some people were with Russia and some other countries, actually, not people. Some countries were with Russia and some other countries were with the U.S. So they became like best buddies and they were against the others. Well, it wasn't actually a war that took place in a country. It was like a feeling around, like somebody or the U.S. was supposing that Russia could attack them, and Russia was thinking that the U.S. could attack them too. So it wasn't something that was a fact. It was just something that they were supposing that will happen. Most of the people were scared. Something happened, and they even in the U.S. they even had like this like places under the houses where they were saving like food and things for to be in that like I don't know, it was like a storage or something like that that could help them in case of a nuclear war. Well, actually they weren't like weapons that people could carry. They were more like weapons that the country had, and they were nuclear weapons. Then most of them, they were saying that they were pointing to each other country. So the U.S. had the weapons pointing to Russia, and Russia had their weapons pointing to the U.S.